We are Anima Mundi and you're watching Live Prog!
Welcome to a Live Prog. My name is Marcel Haster and I'm happy to take you on another part of the journey that we call music. Because I see music as a continuous journey where you, along the way discover new gems and new, beautiful bands, beautiful albums, beautiful music. Sometimes, along the way you get help from friends. And one of these friends is my good friend Roberto Diaz from Anima Mundi, from Cuba. A while back he wrote me that he was doing a guest part for a new album by Antony Kalugin, a Sunchild album. So of course I was very curious and he gave a heads up to Antony Kalugin and as a result, here we have it. Sunchild, as far as the eye can see. I was a bit interested, who is Antony Kalugin? He's from the Ukraine and he's been a musician since 1994. But what I noticed when I looked up his website is that he's an incredibly versatile music. Because, I hope you can see it, but here, right here, it says an Antony Kalugin project. And he operates in this way. He's a keyboard player by himself, as well as a singer. And Sunchild is one of the projects he works on, but he also works under the name Caerllysi, Hogwash, and he has a new age album out. So very versatile, all kinds of different bands and projects that he works on. Now, as I said, for me it was all new. And so I was very curious to play this album, Sunchild. Well, I gotta say, from the moment I played it, I was amazed by what a stunning album this is. And I am really happy that, on the brink of 2011, I still can stand here and record my review for you to see about this album. Because I can already say this is a must-have album. Plain and simple. Because it is an incredibly beautiful album. The melodies are just fantastic. The songwriting is superb. The production spotless. So if you listen to the songs on this album, the way Antony Kalugin wrote them and composed them, all kinds of layers together, all kinds of feelings and emotions, all brought together in 9 beautiful songs. Nothing heavy. No, just beautiful, melodic. If I need to describe the music, words that come to mind are theatrical, musical, passionate, emotional. Those kinds of music you all find back in listening to these songs. The opening track, Stars of Cardiff Bay, which is the longest track on the album, over 15 minutes. Well, you really have to listen to that song many times to hear all the different emotions and feelings that he put in there, because it is really an amazing track. It also showcases the vocalists. I always like it when bands have more than one singer on board. Well, Sunchild has 4, no less, so that's a lot. 2 male and 2 female singers, and they are each very beautiful. Throughout the album, the vocals mix, you know, sometimes it's just a female singing, others just a male singing, and sometimes, you know, they sing together in one song, but all of them are very beautiful. If you listen to other tracks, you will also hear that, and that's one of the singers, Olya Chernova. Well, if you hear her sing, you will immediately think Kate Bush, right away. Her voice is, well, very close to how Kate Bush sounds, a very characteristic sound, which works, at least what I think, very beautiful in this album.
Narcissus would lie to pretend he has something to defend. This ain't all a movie star.
I mentioned my friend Roberto Diaz. I mentioned that he was doing a guest part on it. He's playing guitar on the first track, The Stars of Cardiff Bay. Now, that's an amazing track, but the rest of the music is definitely as beautiful as the first track. I find, you know, if I put a line, you know, depicting, you know, how well the songs are, it will be something like this, you know. It's all of a very high level, very well produced music, well performed as well, and there's a lot in it because it's a band, and Roberto does some beautiful guitars, but the regular guitar player, and I have to check out his name, and while I'm opening it, why don't I show you the inside. You can see the colors are all quite red, also on the CD. Now here we have the booklet then, and here we have a picture of the band. Well, and of course lyrics as well. So now I mentioned the guitar player. His name is Andrzej Kobylianski, and he is very good. You know, he plays really beautiful guitar riffs, nothing heavy, but, well, beautiful. I don't know, I have any other word for it. But he also has some nice acoustic parts in the music. Sometimes the song opens with a beautiful acoustic guitar. Very nice. Well, there are a lot of other members in the band. I'll show them to you. This is, well, basically the regular lineup for Sunchild. And here we have some guest musicians, and, well, what you can see is that there are a lot of classical instruments like oboe, bassoon, violin, cello, those kind of things are in the music. All these elements put in there together, I gotta say, it makes it even more beautiful. The word beautiful a couple of times, and maybe it's my lack of vocabulary in English that I don't know many more words to describe it, but, well, I think beautiful, well, can show you how I feel about this. Now, I mentioned a couple of keywords that struck me when I was listening to this album, but at the same time there were also a few other band names that popped in my mind when I was listening to the music. Bands like Earth and Fire, from a Dutch band from the 70s, but also another Dutch band, Kayak. And I happened to be reading on the website of Antony Kalugin that Coming Up for Air was one of the last Kayak albums he bought, or one of the last albums he bought. And I gotta say, I see a resemblance with Kayak in his music, at least for the Sunchild project, because Kayak is sort of symphonic pop music. You know, prog fans like it, but also the general, the more mainstream listening people like it. And I think the same would apply for Sunchild. You know, it's an album that definitely will appeal to prog fans, but not just prog fans. I think, you know, people who don't listen to prog would absolutely love to listen to this album. So it has a lot of potential. It's progressive, it's symphonic, and yet it's sometimes also very poppy, in the good way, you know, in a very positive, good way. I have to stress that. Well, it's an incredible album, and I am really happy that I have discovered it. And if you don't know it, you really need to discover it, because you will find it as beautiful as I find it. I said it is a must-have album. In my review, I played you a few samples, and that's only, you know, few short bits of songs, but I hope that it shows to you what an incredible album this is, and I hope that it makes you interested in hearing more of this album. So I'd say check out Antony Kalugin's website, check out the Caerllysi music website where you can buy this album, or go to Beyond Rock, you know, my good friend Rob Hanemeyer, buy the album there. It doesn't matter where, as long as you buy it, because, well, this should be in anyone's music collection. So I'm gonna leave you with it. Thank you for watching, and enjoy Sunchild as far as the eye can see.